Bringing a new life into the world is just, it's incredible, isn't it?
It really is.
From that very first cry to, the first yawn and all those sleepy snuggles in between.
Hmm.
These moments are just so beautiful, so transformative, and they pass by so incredibly quickly.
Way too quickly.
Before you know it, those tiny hands are reaching for yours, then suddenly they're walking, and then poof, they're off to school.
Yeah.
And those precious early moments, they can feel like they're just gone in a flash.
That's true.
But, those memories don't have to be lost in that whirlwind.
Right.
For those of you navigating this beautiful, maybe slightly chaotic journey of new parenthood, you've probably thought about documenting, well, everything.
Yes. Everything.
Today, our deep dive is focusing on a really unique and I think powerful approach called a life portrait.
Okay.
Now, it's often talked about for honoring loved ones we've lost, which is incredibly important,
Absolutely.
but it's just as much about capturing life as it's happening right here, right now.
And that's a really key point, actually, because it tackles this challenge that almost every new parent faces.
Which is,
Well, most of us have like dozens, maybe hundreds of baby photos saved on our phones.
definitely hundreds, at least.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But those precious memories, they often just get completely lost in the endless scroll.
Buried.
Yeah. A life portrait isn't just about solving that digital clutter, though. It's almost like a lifeline against that overwhelming flow of memories.
Oh, okay.
It gives you this curated private narrative. And that can really shape a child's sense of identity as they grow up.
How so?
Well, it allows them to literally see their own story unfolding, but through your eyes, through your perspective.
Okay. Let's unpack this then. Our mission for this deep dive is to explore how this digital time capsule actually works.
Right.
What makes it so unique in really preserving those moments? And I guess most importantly, why does it matter to capture what matters most?
Good questions.
We're all kind of drowning in digital photos these days, so beyond just being, another cloud storage thing.
Yeah, another place to dump photos.
Exactly. What unique elements does a life portrait really bring to the table? What transforms how we capture these memories?
Well, one really unique aspect is that it goes way beyond just simple photo storage.
Okay.
It's designed specifically to help you organize meaningful milestones, but with really diverse types of content.
Like what? What kind of stuff?
So we're talking about adding voice recordings.
Yeah.
Imagine capturing the actual sound of your baby's coo.
Oh, wow.
Or even like your own reflections in that very moment, just talking about how you feel right then.
That's powerful.
Isn't it? And you can save videos, obviously. You can scan in physical keepsakes too.
Keepsakes, like
Like the hospital bracelet,
Mm.
or maybe handwritten notes from family, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
And include written notes alongside them. All of this combines to tell a much richer or a more sensory story than just a single photo ever could.
Yeah, I can see that.
So it really is like creating this dedicated digital time capsule,
Mm-hmm.
a living archive, something your child and your whole family can look back on for years and years to come. It's designed to be accessible for generations, really.
Okay, with the sheer volume of a child's early firsts, first smile, first food, first everything,
Yes. The list is long.
it's natural to wonder, maybe feel a bit overwhelmed, like what kinds of memories does the source suggest are truly essential, or maybe most impactful to preserve in a life portrait?
Right. Where do you even start?
Yeah, exactly. It's easy to feel like you have to capture everything perfectly.
Yeah, and that's a great question.
Mm.
So what exactly do you include? The source actually offers some fantastic, really concrete ideas.
Okay, let's hear them.
You could begin right at the start with their birth story.
Okay.
So maybe documenting your thoughts, your emotions leading up to the big day.
Mm.
Or like we said, even a voice recording of how it all happened, capturing that raw emotion in your own voice.
Right, the feelings behind it.
Exactly. Yeah. Then, of course, the first photos are key. Those hospital pictures, that first car ride home.
The classic.
The classics, yeah. But it's not just about the traditional stuff. You can add keepsakes, too.
Okay, like the bracelet you mentioned.
Yeah, a snapshot of the hospital bracelet, or those handwritten notes from grandparents, or even, get this, a recording of their very first giggle.
Oh, that's lovely.
Isn't it? And as they grow a bit, you can add monthly milestones.
How would that work?
Well, just tracking changes with photos or videos, or even just short written updates on their developing personality, their little habits, what they like, what they dislike.
Capturing those little quirks.
Exactly. And another really beautiful sort of connective touch is inviting messages from family.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you can allow grandparents, siblings, close friends to leave little notes or maybe voice messages welcoming the baby into the world, sharing their hopes.
That has a whole community aspect to it.
It really does. It makes it
Yeah.
a shared story.
That vision is incredibly compelling, really. But I can already hear some listeners, and honestly, maybe myself included,
Hmm.
thinking, wow, this sounds like another huge task, especially for an already overwhelmed new parent.
Absolutely. That's a very real concern.
So how does the source address that feeling of, the commitment involved, or maybe feeling like everything needs to be perfect before you even start?
Yeah, you've definitely hit on a common feeling there. It's easy to feel like you need everything perfectly curated.
Right.
But the truth is, and the source really emphasizes this, even just a quick photo, a few typed words, or a short voice memo that can make a huge difference later on.
So small contributions matter.
Hugely. A life portrait is designed specifically to help you preserve what matters most to you. It's not meant to add more pressure to an already busy, often stressful time.
Okay, that's reassuring.
The beauty of it is really its inherent accessibility and flexibility. You do it when you can, how you can. So whether you're a brand new parent or maybe a proud aunt or uncle or even a friend wanting to give something really meaningful,
Yeah.
this is just a place where a story can truly grow. One small, maybe imperfect piece at a time.
That makes sense. So, okay, what does this all mean for the long run then?
Mhm.
Does this portrait sort of stop once they're out of diapers and maybe not having those tiny adorable firsts every single day?
No, not at all.
Or does it actually grow with them?
It absolutely grows with them.
Yeah.
It definitely doesn't end with the newborn stage. That's really just the beginning.
Ah, okay.
It evolves with your child. You can
Mhm.
keep building it over time, creating this incredibly rich, ongoing narrative of their life.
So what kind of things would you add later on?
Well, think about capturing their first steps, obviously, their first words, maybe their favorite songs or TV shows as they get a bit older.
Oh, yeah. The things they get obsessed with.
Exactly. You can add annual birthday reflections, maybe a little note or recording each year, school memories, achievements.
Wow.
The profound long-term benefit, really, is that one day, when they're older, they'll be able to actually see how their story began
Mm-hmm.
through your eyes, through your voice, and maybe through the eyes and voices of other loved ones, too. They gain this deeper understanding of their own journey.
Yeah, their own history told by the people who were there.
Precisely.
So at its core, then, a life portrait is really about transforming those fleeting, precious moments
Yeah.
of a child's journey into a lasting, evolving narrative. It's a
Mhm.
tool for capturing the raw, beautiful, sometimes messy reality of life as it happens.
Yeah, well put.
Making sure those memories aren't just like saved on a hard drive somewhere, but are truly felt and understood for years to come.
Exactly. And, this brings up a broader question, I think, for all of us.
Which is,
In this world we live in now, just saturated with digital information, what's truly worth preserving, really worth holding on to?
it's a big question.
It is. And how do we ensure that what we do preserve is actually accessible and, deeply meaningful for the generations that come after us?
That's definitely something to think about. So, maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to consider.
Yeah.
Imagine looking back at your own story, your life story, told through the eyes and the voices of the people who loved you most right from your very first breath.
Hmm.
What would you want to find in your own life portrait?